Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm joined here with Mia, who's playing with her ball currently. You can see her in the back corner. Thank you, Mia. Thank you for making an appearance. Today we're going to be talking about engravings. What are they? What do they do? How do you get them? Stuff like that. So, with that being said, let's just jump into this guide straight away so that I don't have to waste any of your most precious time. So, let's go over engravings. What are they? What do they do? How do you get them? All that type of stuff. Engravings are basically special passive bonuses that your class gets. There are two types of engravings, class engravings as well as combat engravings. Combat engravings are more or less general passives that are accessible on every single one of your characters on a given server. These engravings do various different things. Like Awakening gives you an additional usage of your Awakening or ultimate ability, as well as reducing the cooldown of it. Ether Boy is one of the engravings you get for free early on in the game, which gives you passive bonuses to your stats. There are 43 different combat engravings with the potential of more being added in the future. Now, class engravings, on the other hand, are specifically tailored to your class. Every class has at least 2 class engravings at their disposal. Using the Berserker as an example, you can see here I have one unlocked known as Killer Move and the other Madness, which is not unlocked. There are various different methods on how to obtain these engravings. Obtaining access to these engravings requires you to get seal books. There are 4 different tiers of seal books available. Tier 1, which is green, Tier 2, which is blue, Tier 3, which is purple, and then Tier 4, which is orange. Collecting these seal books allows you to consume them, giving you 1 point towards that specific engraving. You need 20 points to unlock the engraving. Going up the individual tiers requires you to have unlocked the previous one, meaning that you need 20 green, 20 blue, 20 purple, and then 20 orange. Now, let's move on to how do you obtain these engravings? Well, there are many different methods of obtaining them. The first thing you're going to want to do is to obtain the green seal books. The easiest method to obtaining green seal books is by exchanging Cataclysm crystals. By running Chaos Dungeons after your Energy of Order is completely depleted, you can exchange that currency for knapsacks. Now you can only buy these 20 times on an account. Buying these allows you to choose between class seals, known as Void Heroes Box, or general seals, known as Abyssal Heroes Satchel. Remember, again, you only have access to 20 of these per account. So it's in your best interest to use these on your first character or main character and getting their most important class engraving. After you have bought 20 of these knapsacks, you can, at Tier 2, exchange the Tier 2 equivalent Crystal of Calamity for the bag of Engraver's Treasures, which is the Tier 2 seal books. Now again, you are restricted to 20 of these per account. Moving on from that though, you can also get engravings from just doing Chaos Dungeons in general. The first couple of Chaos Dungeons give you combat engravings, being the green tier, or Tier 1, as well as Tier 2. Now the only thing that I don't know is whether or not you have to have Energy of Order in order to obtain these seal books. If somebody does know, please put it down in the comments section below and I will make sure to pin it so everyone can see. Going from the Tier 1 Chaos Dungeons to Tier 2 Chaos Dungeons, you will notice that you'll no longer be able to obtain green seal books, but instead it will be replaced with blue seal books and purple seal books. The same thing happens going to Tier 3. The blue seal books are replaced with purple and orange, or legendary seal books. The same thing applies for Guardian raids. Tier 1 gives you green and blue, Tier 2 gives you blue and purple, and Tier 3 gives you purple and orange. Doing heroic raids can also net you seal engraving books. You can get all 4 tiers of the seal books from doing heroic raids. Coming up to the Void Dungeons also allows you to get engravings. You can get both combat engravings and class engravings from doing Void Dungeons. And remember, Void Dungeons are like normalized dungeons across any MMO. Tier 1 Void Dungeons give you green and blue. Tier 2 gives you blue and purple. And finally, Tier 3 gives you purple and orange, or legendary. You can also get your seal books from doing Abyss raids. Though they're not available to showcase, Tier 1, 2, and 3, the third being Argos, all give you the corresponding tiers of seal books. In a future patch, past Lost Ark's launch, we will have access to Legion raids. Legion raids all give you Tier 4 engravings. At launch, we will have towers and cubes available to us. Both of these pieces of content give you both class and combat engravings. The cube you can run as many times as you want, given you have a ticket, and you can get as many class engravings or combat engravings as you want, given that they drop. On the other hand, tower is a little bit different. If we look at the tower, you can see that there are various different rewards that you can obtain. Now, every couple of floors, you will have access to these green chests, which are full of either class engravings or these satchels that are full of combat engravings. These seals exist all the way up until you get to the very top. At level 44, they stop. Something to note, after clearing any floor with an engraving or any floor with a reward on it, let's say, for example, I clear floors 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. After getting these rewards that are displayed, I will no longer be able to get that reward ever again on the account. The reward will instead be replaced with something completely different. That way people aren't allowed to just rerun that floor and just get an infinite amount of engravings. So just keep in mind that these rewards are only accessible for your first time ever doing the tower. In a future update for Lost Ark, past launch, we will have access to Igarama Ridge. This is a piece of content that also rewards stuff based on how many tiers you've completed, but you can only have access to that reward similar to the tower after the first time you complete it. Doing it on repeat will not give you that same reward. Igarama Ridge also gives access to seal books. So going over the ways to obtain these seals one more time, there's the Chaos Dungeons, the Chaos Dungeon Vendor, the Guardian Raids, the Heroic Guardian Raids, the Abyss Dungeons, the Abyss Raids, and then once they come out in the future, the Legion Raids. Also, the Cube, the Tower, and then when it comes out in the future, Igarama Ridge. Another method of getting engravings is from your accessory gear. As you can see, you can get it from your necklace, earrings, and both of your rings. You can get 2 positives and 1 negative on each piece of the accessory gear. You can also get engravings from your ability stone. These, if you've seen my end game video, which will be at the very top over there, for you to check out if you haven't. But if you have, then there's no need for me to go over how to obtain these or how to make them become this. I don't know how else to describe that. But these have 2 positive and 1 negative engraving effects. Ability stones do not have class engravings attached to them, unfortunately. And something else to note is that some pieces of accessory gear also do not have class engraving bonuses attached to them either. Only specific sources allow you to get accessory gear which can roll class engravings. I believe a couple of those are Chaos Dungeons, Guardian Raids, Abyss Raids, and Abyss or Void Dungeons. You cannot, however, get accessory gear with class engraving rolls if you buy them from the Chaos Dungeon vendor. Now that you know exactly how to get these class engravings, what do you do with them? How do you apply them? How do you make them work? Well, that's very simple. Opening up your class or your character info by hitting P by default, you'll see underneath all of your gear there's these 2 little buttons here. Left clicking on it instantly opens up your engraving UI. If I wanted to use a specific engraving, all I would do is left click and drag it onto the slot that I want. You can either mix and match them if I wanted to use Ether Boy or if I wanted to use Healing Faith, or you can apply 2 of them at once. Hovering over these engravings shows you a tooltip that shows you how many points that tier of your engraving gives you, as well as information on what the engraving effects does and what each level does. Now, how do you activate these engravings? Well, very simple. Let's say I wanted to use Ether Boy. All I would do is left click it, drag it over, and apply both of them, because both of them give me +3. This will then activate Ether Boy in my engravings, so I will have access to the level 1 bonus it applies. Getting the higher bonuses can be done in 2 ways. Either by leveling up the tier of it. As you can see, this one only gives me +3, but it's 6 seals away from being the next level, which at the bottom it says +6. Or you can have it on pieces of gear already. On my ability stone, I have Awakening 6. So if I apply both of these, and then go over to my engravings, you'll notice that I'm already at level 2, close to level 3. So I get the level 2 bonus. As you can see with my Healing Faith, it already is at tier 2. So if I apply all of these, or both of these, so it's +6, that's 12. Going over to my engravings, I already have it at 2, and I'm 1 point away from tier 3, or level 3. As you may notice, getting the higher level engravings is actually pretty damn easy. All you really need is 2 tier 2s and a couple more points on your accessory gear, or you can have 1 tier 3 or tier 4 as well as the points from your accessory gears. All in all, it's very, very simple to achieve these higher tier engravings. But remember, there are 4 different tiers. There is tier 1, green, which gives you +3, tier 2, blue, which gives you +6, tier 3, purple, which gives you +9, and then tier 4, orange, which gives you +12. Now, with your engravings, how do you know which ones to use? Well, I would recommend, depending on which class you want to play, look up a guide attached to that class. There's hundreds on the internet, and if you're a part of the Lost Ark community Discord, there are plenty of channels in there that can help you out with that exact issue. I personally have a class guide on Paladins on my YouTube channel, which you guys can check out, or by clicking the card in the top left or top right corner. One last thing that you guys really need to know. No matter which engravings you choose, or no matter which engravings you want to have attached to your character, no matter what order or whatever, you need to be very careful of one thing, and that is your negative bonuses. It is very possible to achieve all of the positive bonuses at level 3. I believe you can have several tier 3 or level 3 bonuses active at a time, while also having 0 negative bonuses active. Why is this so important? Well, you want to try your best to avoid these negative bonuses as best you can, because some of these bonuses are extremely harmful to your character. Take this for example. This reduces your defenses by 5, 10, and 15% depending on the level. Slowness reduces your movement speed. Rust reduces your attack power, and then Peacefulness reduces your attack speed. These can be extremely potent depending on which class you are playing. So it's best to avoid them as best you can, as previously stated. Now there's one more way to obtain these seals or class engravings. If you go to the auction house, you can buy these under the seal books. These are listed by other players who have obtained them and are selling them. Sometimes it's really difficult to find the exact one you want. If I wanted Madness, which is a seal book for the Berserker, if I did tier 1, even they aren't available. They don't exist. This is because these are extremely valuable. And that is everything there is to know on engravings. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video as much as I did making it. If you did, make sure to go down and smash that motherfucking subscribe button. Hit thumbs up, hit that bell, and comment down below things that you'd like to see in the future. If there's anything I missed or didn't talk about, please comment it. If there's videos that you'd like to see in the future that are similar to this, other guides you'd like to see, let me know down in the comment section as well. Make sure to go and check out my live stream at www.twitch.tv/, double dice for all that beautiful Lost Ark that you know that you want to see. Don't miss out February 8th when I will be live streaming the launch of Lost Ark, playing it all the way up until I hit level 50. Also, links to my Twitter and Discord are down in the description below. But with that all out of the way, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time. Love you. Peace out. And good job.